What's up, my good people? We back to another wealthy and healthy hour. Well, the hour is always wealthy. And today we're going to talk about, the comfort of wealth, comfort of finance, and the discomfort of it. So today, I'm yours truly, Cordero, and I got my brother here, Jason, and we finna rock and roll.
And let's rock and roll, man. Yeah, Darrow, man. The main thing with these episodes, and I love doing these while we're always talking about finances and we're talking about people being financial independent. But I do run across some people a lot of times that say, man, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to be stable. Well, they don't even understand that the cost of comfort or the cost of stability is keeping them broke.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because if you want to be comfort at the level that you're currently at, well, they're not accounting for inflation. They're not accounting for inflated gas prices. You know, when the president says something and the gas goes up $4.60, a gallon,
Yeah.
but your comfort level was at $3.75 a gallon. So now you called yourself having to do other things. When you was buying eggs and milk, at $4 a carton and $5 a gallon. Now that carton of eggs is $6 an 8 hours. So
crazy.
People have to understand by you saying you just want to be comfortable or you just want to be stable, that in fact could be detrimental to your financial future.
Man, that's what people don't realize. I was just talking about this today. Shout out to one of my good partners, Keldrick. And we were talking about that in trucking with Sprinter vans, because you want to make $1,200 a week, but we got to look at the cost of that truck. We got to look at the insurance, and people don't really understand. Like, every boss take a loss. Let's just be honest, and it's gonna be a position where you're gonna have to be uncomfortable for a minute,
right?
And then when you hit that plateau in the back of your head, you was like, well, let me just make for sure I had some type of preventative finance. But it's gonna take you to still move.
Yeah.
Even when you're comfortable, sometimes you still got to make some adjustments, because if you don't pay attention to what's coming ahead, that's when you see people just take them hits and crash out.
Yeah, because even with trucking, like I said, with the gas inflated and everything like that, and then with insurance, your premium might go up. You know what I mean? Would, Lord forbid, a truck driver get into a wreck and it cause your premiums to rise, but your comfort level was at $600 a month in insurance with that truck. But Lord, if an accident happens or oops, I didn't see that coming happens, then that truck goes up $700, $800. Now you cutting into your profit and you cutting into your comfortability.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just very utterly important not to be comfortable when it comes to this stuff, right? I know people say, man, I'm comfortable, I'm good, and I'm this and I'm that, but your money has to be making money.
Yeah.
Who said that? Warren Buffett. If you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you'll work until you die.
Okay.
And that's why I'm always just constantly just finding ways to make money in my sleep. I love waking up saying, up, there go 4 figures, up, there go almost 5 figures, up, there go up, there go 300, there go 400, like whatever the case may be, because I didn't have to work for it, right?
Yeah.
I made my money get pregnant and have babies. You know what I mean?
Real talk. So I like that analogy.
Yeah, man, you gotta get your money pregnant, man. We always running around trying to get everything else pregnant. You gotta get your money pregnant,
man,
baby.
If you don't, boy, that child support real.
Yeah, you don't want to have to pay that back for sure.
So when it comes to, when you talk about being comfortable, when somebody asks you that, like, how do you take that by you being in that journey of being up and down when it came to the being an entrepreneur? Because most people don't realize that it look easy on the outside, but you don't really know it. Sometimes behind the scene, it'd be a whole beast.
Right. So I know entrepreneurship is up and down. Like you just said, like you can have a 6-figure month and you can have a month where you only make $400 or $500. There could be months where you don't make anything. And then there could be months where you cash out. You make $20,000, $25,000 a month. So in entrepreneurship, and I think that's why I like it so much, because it puts you in a place where you can't get comfortable, right? Your business can become stable and you can earn a certain amount, like in trading. In Forex trading, rather, I've positioned myself with my capital and everything that I have in my account that I make a certain amount a month. However, I'm not comfortable with that. I do other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have trucks. I got all other kind of stuff going on, because it's like, what happens if, mentally I'm not psychologically ready to jump on those charts. Guess what? That income, that revenue declines. So I always got to put myself in a position to make sure that I'm doing other things where that comfort level doesn't set in. But I want to ask you the same thing too. Like, how do you prepare like for that? Like, do you say, okay, I'm good, and do you reach your level of comfort, or like, are you always just looking for the next thing? Because I know you got credit. I know me and you, we just hopped on the insurance thing, so people don't even know that.
Yeah,
and you making money from that. So
and
like,
it came in handy too, because like for example, I took a hit on a job I lost, right? So I tell people this: even when I was working that job, I was making great money, but I always kept my wheels turning because I was like, I always play the what if game. People make millions of dollars off what if. What if you pass away? Life insurance. What if you get into a car accident? Car insurance. So it's millions of dollars being made off of what if. So I was used to also think of, okay, what if two things happen when you're working for somebody? Either you get fired or you put yourself in a position where you promote yourself out. That's what I say. In my situation, I lost a job. So I had to keep in the background something else rolling. And thank God I listened to you when we this is why I tell people, get around people of a circle where you ain't the only mastermind.
Right.
I'm a mastermind by myself,
Right.
but you a mastermind. You're like, hey, you want to try this? I tried it, got certified, and actually landed a job with that certification. Now, had I would have just sit back and been like, nah, I'm good, been on some stuff and like negative, would have missed that whole bag.
Right.
And people don't realize that then I had another opportunity fall in my lap with a Sprinter van and stuff. So me, I never been comfortable. I still ain't hit a position where I say, okay, I'm good. Even when I do hit that plateau, a certain amount of money at that time, I was like, oh, this is cool, but let me keep pushing because I want my back end to take care of my front end. Right. Because if your front end is the only thing that you got set up, what happens when something in the back destroys what you had in the front? But if you got the background working, the front end working, and some on the side too, and you ain't killing yourself doing it, man, it make all the difference. So me, I've never been comfortable, bro. I've always spreading myself thin, but now I learn how to do it in a smart way.
Yeah.
Because if you open up, my goal is to have 7 streams of income. So if you had 7 streams of income and 3 or 4 of them falling, you still got 4 hitting. If 5 of them is hitting and 2 of them, you still winning. Yeah. Versus leaning on that one source of income and then it goes away. Now you in trouble. Yeah. So that's what I've always been like that, bro. To understand the power of never give yourself, always give yourself room to grow. Never give yourself room for a no. That no will tell you a new one.
Man, that no, hey, that no will tell you a new one, or that your services is no longer needed.
Man.
Or we decided to terminate your employment. And that's why, and especially in these times, like you cannot get comfortable. You can't, I just want to be stable. I just want to work my 40 hours and different things like that, man. You gambling with your money, right? If you want to do that, just go to Vegas and just hit a slot. And
go to Oklahoma. They got one for you.
Yeah, go to Choctaw, whatever, Choctaw, whatever it's called.
Yeah, for real talk.
And just go off like that. Because, with these jobs, man, you see it too many times. You see Google, they laid off 10 to 20,000 employees. Amazon, they lay off employees. You just see so many people get laid off, and they're so comfortable in what they're doing, and then they go, "Oh, what am I going to do now?" We've even seen people when stock market crash and recessions and depressions and all of that, and these people be committing suicide behind that stuff. Yeah. Why? Because they were at a certain level of comfort, and they was like, "Hey, I like this job. I'm going to keep this job. I'm going to be a good old boy, try to stay out of the way, work my 10, 20, 30 years, get my pension, and then I'm going to just retire with a picket fence and a crib." And it just don't work like that in today's time, man. You got AI, you got all of these things coming in now looking to take, it takes people jobs. Yeah. I think I told you I went to Chili's and a robot brought me my drink, scared the hell out of me. I didn't know what was going on. I said, man, a robot just brought me my pink lemonade.
And a Chili's.
Tripped me out, man. Wow. I mean, I'm looking for an actual waiter, but it was a robot that legit brought me.
And that was out here in Dallas?
That was in Southlake. Dang. I was out there in Southlake, man, and I was eating Chili's, and they literally had robots in there bringing people their food and their drinks. Wow. So, but then that goes back to it. What happened to that waiter or that waitress that was there that could have got that tip, needed that tip, whatever the case may be, but got comfortable in the Chili's setting? And now they got, outsourced by a robot. You know what I mean? So it's just always just good to just always have some motion and always have everything going.
That's why I learned. That's why I learned the importance of evolution, man. Because if you pay attention to the workforce and the market itself, you seeing stuff constantly evolving. Like one thing that caught my attention too that I can tell people about is when you see how you can invest into a machine and that machine paying you. Because AI sucks on one side, but on one side now, it's producing millionaires at a rapid speed.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you can put $20K over here, now that $20K paying you $4,000 a month. Now that's steady income. Most people gonna be comfortable with that $4,000. Common sense tells me, hey, while that's working now, add something else. If I can get 4 or 5 more of them, now I'm at 20, 30, 40,000 a month. Because people think you need this big number to start. Really, you just need a small number and compound it. That's why we love the wealthy hours, because we showing y'all what to do with a stock bond, a S&P 500. If you don't know this stuff, we got groups that show you this stuff for free.
Absolutely.
And then you pay the fee. Yeah. But if you don't pay the fee, I remember when somebody said this, I'm gonna add this gym. They would say, oh, it take money to make money. Not necessarily. I made money on referrals, and it cost me nothing out of pocket. What made me think bigger was...
You doing that right now?
Yeah.
Doing that right now?
What made me think bigger was, okay, now that I'm getting this referral money, where can I put this and make it bigger?
Yeah.
That's when I learned the power of team. Like, get around people as a team, as a unit. Now you're moving as a force instead of being forceful, and you by yourself.
And see, that's where people mess up. You just said something key right there. You make the referral money, right? You say, babe, we got the referral money. Let's go buy Usher and Chris Brown tickets. Yeah. Nah, that ain't what we doing. Know what I'm saying? Let's take this money and let's double up. You know what I'm saying? Let's triple up. Once we quadruple up, then we can look at the Chris Brown and Usher tickets. You know what I mean? But they immediately take that money and they go spend what they make of, instead of investing what they make. And I can't remember if this was the richest man of Babylon or it could have been the millionaire next door, but they said broke people save for a rainy day and rich people invest for a rainy day, right? Because either way it go, you're telling the universe that rain is coming, right? So when you start saving, I got to put 100 back, 200 back, 300 back. What are you confessing in your life? That rain is gonna come. But if you investing, man, that tire, man, that's cool. Man, that transmission, that's cool. Man, that box truck broke down. That's cool. And that keeps your energy right, and that gets you to keep flowing and keep going where you ain't got to break down, what I'm going to do, man, this and that and this and that. Let's tap into something else, Darryl. Something just popped in my head. Why do you think, and I'm asking everybody in the room, you know what I mean? Yeah. I want to hear noise. I hear it too. Why do you think you go as hard as you go? A-List is an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You'll show people the opportunity. They won't do the opportunity. They'll tell you no to your opportunity. But when crisis hits their life, they'll ask you to borrow money.
Man, excuse my French. That's why I call them entrepreneurs. Because you don't believe it until you receive it. Right. I'm telling you what's coming. Then when it hit, hey, you got $20 the next Friday. Hell no. I got something for you, but it ain't that. A kick in the butt. Because what it is like, I hate when I see this, man, because growing up in the project, Ross seen that all my life, what you said. It's like the new normal, unfortunately.
Right.
It's like we telling you, hey, why are you making that money? Invest with us. You don't got to know everything. You ain't got to be the conductor to the train. Just learn how to connect to the cargo.
Right.
Then when they lose it, now all of a sudden, man, I know you're doing good right now. You think you can loan me something? No.
Absolutely not.
Negro, that's ignorance. The answer to that question is ignorance. Because you seeing somebody build a whole house. I used to get this analogy out all the time. Don't watch until I build a home, brick by brick. Then you come knock on the door and get mad because I won't let you stay tonight. You a fool. A certified fool. You think I'm gonna let you sit? You watch me build this whole house, and you mad because I won't let you walk over my threshold? Nigga, you a new kind of crazy.
What they be doing in them jazz lounges?
Yeah.
Hey, you just
no way.
You just hit it on point right there, man. And it's crazy to me because it's like, we don't do no faking or fronting for social media by any means. But why is it when I post a $2,000 check, you ready?
Yeah.
But you knew what I was doing in the beginning. I told you exactly what I was going to do. I told you exactly how we was going to do it. I told you that we were going to do travel. I told you that we were going to do life insurance. I told you we were going to do box trucks. I told you we were going to do Forex.
Yeah.
And what you say, oh, shit, I'm going to go to work. What are you talking about right now? Like, you could have jumped on the train, right? But then when I show you the results of the hard work, and now you feel like you want to benefit off of that. And I think this is like a lot of times when people say like rich people like change when they hit a certain level of success. It's not so much because they're selfish with their money and their income. Now it's like they took the road less traveled. They worked hard, bust their butt. They went through the rain and the storms by themselves. And then here comes people trying to come in on what you built Like you said, brick by brick, and thinking you're going to benefit off that.
Yeah.
And a lot of poor minds, what do they say? Oh, well, shit, you my partner, man. You supposed to look out for your boy. You supposed to? Absolutely not. You didn't look out for me.
At all.
What Future say? Where was you at? I ain't gonna say the cuss word. Where was you at?
What was your antennas?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly,
That's
man.
crazy, man. I hate hearing that too, because it's like it ain't that much sight in the eye factory. We ain't doing that. I hate when I see people do that, bro, because it's like when you watch people build something, man, why would you sit up there and watch that person do that by themselves? Help them. You got to be a different type of crazy.
Man, just be a part of the team.
It's like, bro, it don't make no like.
Just be a part of the team. I know nothing about credit, and I ain't even mean to cut you off. I know zero thing about credit.
Right.
I see it all the time. But if you want to get your credit fixed, I know exactly where to send you to get your credit fixed, right? I know nothing about how this podcast works, how A-list, like, I can't even tell you the last time I posted on my social media, but that's the, I'm being honest with you. Can I keep it real there?
Yeah.
But I use, but God, thank you. I'm saying it live on here that he blessed me with you to meet somebody like A-list where I don't have to post on my social media no more. I will pick up my phone and literally see ching, 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 ching. Hey, man, that was hard right there. Fire emoji. I'll be like, damn, what the hell did I post? And I go back and I look and it's already handled. Yeah. That's the power of leveraging. And like you said, the power of networking. You got to leverage that stuff. And then people will come to you and be like, hey, bro, do it work?
Is water wet? Ask no stupid question like that.
You saw what I pulled up in, right?
Right.
And I say that God gets the glory.
Right.
You saw what I pulled up in, right? You saw my driveway, right? Yeah, bro, but do it work.
Somebody do it work.
Stupid. Man, some people will see, some people will stare directly at the sun, Cadero, and they still won't see the light.
No.
And that's just crazy to me, man. Yeah. Because like you see the evidence that it's working. You see that it's working for people. You see that God has his hands on this. Yeah. But you won't tap in because you want to be comfortable. You want to be stable. And it just doesn't work in today's economy.
I'll give you a tool.
Talk to me.
This is why I love us too, because people think this is fake. If you ain't spending money with your people, you a certified fool. I can't say the other R word because they might bleep it out.
Yeah, I told you stop saying that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because can't be saying the Riri. Can't say the Riri. Can't say the Riri.
Man, I'm talking about recharge. Reteat. Because with me and you both, like you broke bread with me on the credit. I broke bread with you on the insurance. That shows you the compound interest. It paid off in the long run. Absolutely. People don't understand the power of failing together, because if you can fail together, you also can be successful together. If you don't fall forward, where you gonna fall? Fall back? Right. I ain't rolling back. This ain't throwback Walmart world, bro. Like, get around, like, and what I love about us too, well, like, we were comfortable, like, trying something. Like, bro, you want to try this? All right, bet, let's try this. Then when it hit, you ain't got to ask me if it worked. You see the results.
Come on, man.
Because what I hate is pocket watches. Yeah. If you're going to watch the pockets, also watch the transition and watch your money come over here too. Don't just sit up there and be watching the pockets. You don't know what we dealing with. You don't know what we operating in chaos, if we being towed out the frame, nothing. But don't just watch the pockets. Get in here and watch the videos. Watch the training video. Can you jump on a video for 20 minutes? You've been watching Netflix or your favorite TV show for an hour. You can't put this in for 20 minutes? Yeah. Oh man, I was busy. Oh, you don't think we busy? All of us got busy schedules. We juggling stuff. So if you can't insert this into your life, this ain't for you. It ain't ready to eat for everyone, because everyone ain't willing to take a risk. Everyone ain't willing to take a chance to invest in themselves. You paying for a name that's not yours. Why don't you take care of your own name? Yeah, you want to watch Beauty in Black, but don't want to have a duty to stack. Man, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You gotta want to stack your money. Like, you can't sit in front of TV. Like I say, sitting in front of TV. No, you know, nothing against nobody that does it, right? Yeah. But for me, you know, everybody is my witness that knows me personally. Like, I have to earn the right to watch TV. My mentor told me a long time ago, Jason, you shouldn't even listen to rap music until you make $1 million. Told me that. He said, you shouldn't even be watching TV. He said, what are you watching TV for? He said, log into your bank account. He said, watch that.
And then you come back and tell me how you feel about that. He said that needs to be your episode right there. And that's when I turned all the way up. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, brother making me feel, you know, but he's saying it unapologetically, pulling off in the Rolls Royce Cullinan. You know what I mean? I had the nice car at the time, but he was like, nah, you haven't made it yet. Like, what are you watching TV for? Why are you playing PlayStation 5? Why are you, you know, doing this and doing that? He said, you got to get the work. He was like, man, he was like, man, God gonna bless the work. He ain't gonna bless you watching the Netflix special. You gotta get to work. You know, can't be comfortable in this. And that's what with me, see, man. And I tell myself every day, I be like, God, thank you. With every able bone in my body, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna grind from sun up to sundown because He's giving me another day. You know what I mean?
The question I asked for you all that have you hit a position where you felt like you were comfortable yet, or you been like, nah, man, I ain't been comfortable yet?
I did. But you saw what happened with that too, though. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be fully transparent on that. I hit a level where I was making 6 figures a month, right? And of course, you saw the parking lot change.
Oh man,
you saw the neck and the wrist and all that stuff change. You saw me start, you know, private planes and all of this stuff like that. And I was like, man, like I've made it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I stopped doing it. I was still active in the things that I was doing there, but it's like Rocky. It was like the Rocky 4. Well, I'm gonna say Rocky 3. You know what I mean? You remember when they say he lost his eye to Tiger. I kind of lost it a little bit because it was like, man, I got all this money coming in. Like, this is more money than I made in my life. I was like, man, I can kind of chill a little bit. And it was like right when I adapted that mindset, I saw a decline. I saw a decline in my income. I saw a decline in my relationships. I saw a decline in everything. And I was like, man, this is not really a destination. This is really a journey. Like, you cannot get comfortable in it. Yeah. Even when you make $100K, okay, cool. You got your $100K a month. Now start blessing those around you and help Cadero get to $100K a month. Help A get to $100K a month. Then that's gonna elevate you to $250K a month. Right. Now, when you got that, then I come to you, I come to A, I come to Jamal, you know what I'm saying? I come to Chad, I go to Corey, I say, hey, who can we build up to get them to $100K a month? Then that elevates me to $500K a month. I know it's some broke, comfortable people right now saying, oh, Jason, that sounds like a pyramid. Everything in the world, ladies and gentlemen, is a pyramid. I just want to let you know.
I always tell them you work for one.
Yeah, you just have to decide what side of the pyramid you're going to be on. Point blank, period. If you got a job, you're in a pyramid scheme. Congratulations. If you doing insurance, congratulations. You're in a pyramid scheme, right? Because you're not a broker. You're an agent, and you work for a broker, and that broker has somebody, and they have somebody, and they have somebody. I don't care if you're a car salesman. Congratulations, you're in a pyramid. Everything is built on a pyramid on Earth. That's why never mind. That's I was about to go too deep, but that's just, I mean, why do y'all think when they discovered Egypt, what was the first thing they saw? But anyway,
pyramid.
Yeah. Pyramid. But going back to what
that's the power of it too, because when I saw, and then you think of a scheme or a scam, a lot of that stuff, man, I tell people, in order to play the game, you got to know the rules.
Absolutely.
I remember, bro, the first thing that I did powerful, I said, somebody got a code. I remember one of the incredible movies I saw, bro, was Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
Because in my mind, I said, what if you can wake up and do that every day in real life? You actually can, but you got to find somebody who got the code. And when I start asking certain questions, those questions open doors for me. I was like, how you do this? Boom, gave me the information. Then I understood the power showing up for other people, having them conversations in them rooms that I didn't even imagine me being in. And it literally changed my jobs, got me employed other places. I learned how to sell myself, how to give a presentation. I'm like, look, listen, I don't work for the company yet, but I know the job. Right. This company ain't cutting me the check. I couldn't get out the room fast enough. They called me and said, when can you start? Then I understood the power of taking that money, putting it over here. There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. What's wrong if you
absolutely not.
Now, here's the punchline. There's nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. What's wrong if you ain't letting that 9 to 5 fund your 5 to 9? That 5 to 9 will get you off that 9 to 5. The question is, will you invest that money from that 9 to 5?
24/7.
You see what I'm saying? So I learned to run that 7 days a week and do it smart with a strategy. If you ain't strategic, that's where you get your disturbance destroyed, because I go off of the peace. If you ain't got a peace of mind, man, and you just operate in chaos, most people ain't successful like that, bro. I've learned my peace levels went down when I got around another intelligent mind. That's like you can't be in no relationship if it's two heads and one brain working. You're gonna get destroyed after a while. You're two becoming one, but you don't want to feel like you just one. And it's really two of y'all. That money should be jumping out the gym.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a strategy and two people trying to grind and it's only one person and you the brains to the operation, you're gonna have to go in a mental institution and take a couple of them pills because you tripping.
I'm glad you said that. So let's tap into that. So what would you say to the male entrepreneur, female entrepreneur that has a partner that is not aligned with getting out of the comfort zone or staying stable? Like, what would be your advice for them?
I always say don't let assassination be your procrastination, meaning sit down and have a conversation with each other. Because if it's not a healthy conversation and y'all can't talk to each other about finance, ain't nothing fine in bad finance. Sex only gonna go so far. Being attractive is gonna go only so far because attractive can become distractive. Because after we get through laying up and playing up, what are we doing for the finance department?
Yeah,
if you ain't having them conversations at first, that's what eat people up. That's what happened to me. Like I got with somebody, and as the time progressed, I started realizing we two different people.
Right.
I got vision. And you can see, but you don't have the unction to function. And a lot of time it's important to see that up front. That way you'll know, okay, we're gonna rock together. At least I know you only gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. That's why it's called a partnership. And if you don't have that good partnership, business is started with good partnership.
Right.
A lot of times I tell people, man, I hate to tell you this, but outside of y'all get to dating each other, also know what's your limitations. Do you believe in finance? Some people, bro, don't believe in that. You believe in living off the government. Section 8 is cool. The Lone Star card is cool. Okay, what happened? They do a government shutdown. And they turn that card off. Your rent can't get paid. Or mortgage or whatever you're doing. What are you going to do outside of that? Some people live inside the box. They never think outside the box. Now you hitting the drive-through at Jack in the Box. So if you don't have them conversation with people, I say you can't be real with yourself if you can't be real with your partner you dating with. Like you got to get those uncomfortable questions out early.
Yeah. And I think
I've seen people fall because of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's the hardest person to look at is yourself.
Man.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people do not want to actually get in that mirror and say, Jason, you messing up, bro. Like you're better than this. You can go harder. Stop being scared. Stop being fearful. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Everything that you want is literally with you taking a chance. So what if you fail? You failed before, right? You done got participation trophies before on field day. You didn't make first place every time when you was doing jumping brook and all them games you was playing in high school, right? So I don't know where that came from, man, where people think it's bad to fail, man.
No.
Like people too cool to fail these days.
That's why it's called a tryout.
Yeah, people too cool to fail these days, man. And I like failing. I like because it's always a learning experience for me. You know, sometimes it's painful, but I mean, you got through the pain. Like I said, I went through some things, or I was involved in something that I'll tap into when Jamal get here. But 3 people committed suicide off of that. You know what I mean? That the situation we have, like the money I've lost, like people will never make. You know what I mean? And that's just a cold hard fact. You know what I mean? The amount of money that I've invested and lost betting on myself and then trusting other people, like people will never see that in their lifetime. But I didn't waver. I kept God first in the center of what I did, and I bounced back like it wasn't nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep pushing because I refuse to be comfortable. Right. Man. Now, let me ask you another question. See, and this might be rhetorical, not that other word, but recharge. Like, what do you or how do you handle like your loved ones that are like in that comfortable state? Or they're in that stability level where it's keeping them broke. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you have family members, uncle, sisters, daddy, cousins that in that, man, Daryl, man, I see you shining this and that, man. Let your boy get a little bit, man. Man, the hardest thing I had to do was become a samurai because I had to cut people off. I had to remove myself because my hardest hit came from people that got my last name. Right. Hardest hits I've ever taken in life came from people who had my last name, people that I thought I could trust, and money changed people. I've seen money change people, bro. People get $10,000. You turn into a certified fool.
$5,000. You going over here, oh, I just spent this money on Christmas. Christmas ain't that important and your lights still got to be on. I seen somebody get on a cruise and lights got turned off. Yeah, you
was supposed to laugh.
Man, RC,
bad, bro.
real crazy.
Yeah,
I can't say the other R word, but me watching people's habits, I was like, money shows you who you already are. And what I saw, I said, okay, well, you was already crazy, so that money just turned you up. You was already a bad spender, so money just showed you to go inside of a mall and get these names, all your funds. Instead of saying, let me get my credit straight. Let me open up a bank account and create a financial infrastructure where I won't hurt no more. So I look like the weird guy. Like, what is he talking about? So when I was in there trying to give it to them, I look like a mad scientist. I'm in here with formulas. I'm blowing stuff up. And then when it hit and I come back around, one thing about, I'm gonna give somebody this blessing. One thing about taking a bet on yourself, when it hit, there will be evidence. When the blessings and favor come, oh, you can't hide favor.
Right.
Then how you get that car?
Right.
Then you get another one? Where you get that from? Then you see somebody on TV. Then you see them on a podcast. Favor is fair to those that's aware. Favor, people say favor ain't fair. That's because you ignorant. You don't understand God's word. Favor is fair to those that's aware. So, and they go for family. I tell people, you look at black and white, we need to focus on green. Green does not discriminate.
No, it don't. Green power.
So when I cut off family members, it was the best decision I did because watch this. Why would I have weight on my ankles when I can soar with the eagles? These was peacocks and pigeons I was hanging around. And I had to identify it fast. Once I saw it, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. Anytime you have to remove yourself from family members, I'm gonna give people this gem. It felt like I went to a funeral and I was walking in the hallway and seeing dead bodies in caskets because I couldn't share my vision with blind people. I can't breathe life into a dead body. I got tired of kicking dead horses. Kentucky Derby, horse is dead. I can't kick it. I'm only kicking too long. I look like Jackie Chan. My calf muscle strong. I'm kicking dead horses, but I'm like, why y'all don't get this, man?
But you said something that's key, man. And then just man, shout out to my old coach. Yeah, shout out to my old coach too, man. And he said that, you know how you can hear somebody, but you're not like really listening, but you kind of heard them. Man, he said, Jason, man, there's going to be a season of separation in your life where the people that you thought you loved, the people that you thought loved you thought they was your ride or die, man, y'all are going to separate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm currently going through that. Man, it's a season of separation. And I was like, man, I never would have thought that, you know what I'm saying, what happened like with me and this individual, but it happened. You know what I mean? And but you just gotta keep pushing and you gotta keep moving, you know. But to what Darrow's saying, ladies and gentlemen, man, don't sit on the sideline. Like we have so many opportunities that we're putting in your place. And like I said, I've made 5 figures on that opportunity right there. No upfront cost. Didn't cost me anything. All I did was post on social media, found some people, you know what I'm saying, referred them, and then just got paid off the affiliate, man. So Jordan, he told me this. Shout out to Jordan if he's listening. Jordan said, man, what did he say? Because I don't want to mess up his words. He said, man, it's easier now for you to be rich and it's harder for you now to be broke if you're just paying attention to what's going on in the world. Man, there's so many ways to make money without having money now. I think you had said that a while ago. That's always been my saying since I started this. People say it take money to make money. I've always said it doesn't take a lot of money to make a lot of money. And I'm living, breathing testimony of that because I understand the one secret that people don't understand, and it's compounding. Right? I keep preaching compounding. Like, well, bro, it's gonna take 3 years for me to grow this account from $50 to like $100,000. I say, bro, do you got $100,000 right now?
Nope.
Well, no, but man, we still talking 3 years. I said, bro, do you got anything else better to be doing between now and 3 years?
Nope, not at all.
Like what is this gonna cost you if you don't do this? Don't think about the time. Think about the cost of what it's going to cost you if you don't do it.
And listen to the stories when people telling you the truth. See, me, when I came in, I wanted somebody to tell me the truth.
Right.
I remember I downsized. The best thing I did, I downsized for 6 years. But in those 6 years, that extra money that I had, I was putting it toward investments. I was learning trading. I was on the outside watching you, bro, and I learned different codes. And then I wanted to add this last gem to the family piece that I forgot to add. God, just because what I was gonna say, Just because y'all got the same last name don't make you family.
Oh, blood don't make you related.
No,
Man, my uncle tell me that all the time.
What I learned from networking and being an entrepreneur was this: God will replace those that's not in place. Those are people that be out of pocket. God will put the right people in your pocket, and he'll replace them. He'll substitute them, because one thing I learned about God, when He bless the people that's ready for it, It don't take all day.
It don't.
Once you get the unction to function, and them people still playing the fool, well, you can wait around next year for April, and you be on April Fool's Day. Meanwhile, I'm finna keep pushing, because you ain't finna drive me crazy.
Yeah.
That's the wrong type of vehicle to be in, with somebody driving you crazy. Yeah. So what I learned was, I got family members now more on the outside of networking. You family, bro. Blood couldn't make me and you thin the head. Me and you act like kinfolk.
Man.
To the point where people thought you was my real brother. They be looking on podcasts. Even my fiance, she was like, I thought that was your brother. Y'all even looking like because brotherhood, you can't fake a real bond.
Right.
My other brothers that I'm around, like, we all look after each other. And I tell people, man, that's the whole part of being an entrepreneur, is building around people you can trust. A trust fund ain't even a fake fund. It's called a trust fund for a reason.
Yeah. It's called a trust fund for a reason, man. And you just hit it on the head. I mean, you just hit it on the head with everything, man. Just as far as, just going, man. I'm just, if I could just leave with one gem, you know what I'm saying, and just talking to people right now, just, man, it's 2026. I know a lot of people say that, but these are the years now, especially with our presidency and everything that's going on. I'm not going to get into that. This is not the time for you to be comfortable, right? If you have a job, congratulations to you, but you have to know that any moment, at any time, they can come in and tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, your services are no longer needed. Hey, there's been a reduction in the company. Hey, as you know, and when you might as well just hang up when they started off like that, right?
Get up out of there.
Hey, Jason, how you doing? Well, as you know, the company, just hang up, because you already know what that's coming with, right? They're going to tell you the company's been performing poorly, and they had to make some changes, and unfortunately, your number was called. So what does that do to your comfort then? What does that do to your stability then? Now you're in a place where you're struggling and you're scrounging, and now you got to figure out how to take care of yourself, your family, your children, whoever else is you take care of. So, man, take that leap of faith, because it will be a jump to success. I just said something right there.
That's power play there.
Man, take that leap of faith, and that's going to help you jump to your success and where it is you want to go.
That's facts. That's key. I hope y'all heard that and wrote that down, because that was a golden gem there, man, because I learned this last gem too. When I worked for that job, what saved me was me investing into a 401k. The craziest thing I heard somebody that lost their job around the time I did was, I thought they was going to automatically do that. I was like, no, you have to create that account and sign up for that. Especially when they matching it. You supposed to invest in that then. They didn't do it. So now they in a bigger jam. So I tell people this. So what makes you think, okay, when you come into an investment account in trading, you got to put money in. And let it work for you, instead of sitting back and be like, well, no, I ain't going to do that because I got other obligations. But this will take care of you on the back end.
Right.
Then that'll help you go to that next plateau. A lot of people don't believe in investment, but if you don't invest in your future, you're going to destroy yourself. Before you can take one step, you done kill 30 of them because you forgot to invest. Quit forgetting the F-I word. Forget to invest. That's tearing people up, man. Like, you're not investing. You're buying things that's a liability, and it's not an ability, and it's not helping you. So if you keep doing stuff that's hurting you, you really ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. That's what I started telling family members. I was holding them accountable, because I'm looking at their habits. I'm like, you comfortable? Keep doing that. Then I see them hit a plateau high. One move, like you said, the services are no longer needed. The finances wasn't good. They didn't have a structure to pay their bills. Now I'm literally seeing family members homeless, teeth missing out there, man, bro. It was so heartbreaking, but it was like, it's nothing I can do.
Right.
You won't fish with the coins in their mouth, but you won't even go get the proper tools to go catch the fish. You want me to do it. You want me to catch fish and feed 9 mouths?
Yeah.
It ain't that much crazy in a solemn fashion.
But you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna say, well, Cadero, the Lord, he fed a village on 2 loaves.
And they also put spears in the hog and tell them run off the cliff. Well, hey, look, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. But now you just, I was going to bring it to a close, but before we bring it to a close, man, you made me just think of something too, too, though. I just want to drop this nugget as well. Just, while you're running, while you're grinding and you're going after what it is you want, man, don't forget to just always be thankful and have a vibration of gratitude and thank God along the way. But I actually did it yesterday, man. I went to go see Michael.
I watched Michael too. Shout out to Michael.
Yeah, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
but I saw why. See, I'm about to get into something else before I was gonna say, but that movie just really just put things in perspective. It wasn't so. It was so much that Michael's vibration and his energy was so contagious. His dad trying to keep him with his brothers, man. He'll keep the money coming in this way. He'll keep the money coming in this way. And Mike is like, man, I just got to do my own thing because why? This is a comfort level, right? Me performing with my brothers is a comfort level. I want to go out and do solo. I want to get uncomfortable, and that's why he was uber successful. And it's the same thing we're telling everybody now. Like your comfort is costing you a lot. Joe didn't want Mike to get uncomfortable. Hey man, keep performing with your brothers, man. It's all right. We'll make money. We'll do this and do that. And he did everything to hold him back. And Mike kept persevering. And they wouldn't play him on BET. I mean, play him on MTV. They wouldn't play him, on the Caucasian stations, right? But he eventually broke through, and he did that.
He invested and started buying, and he ain't leaving out when he bought the Beatles.
He bought the catalog.
He started learning ownership. Yeah, that's the thing where he understood business. He started asking questions and got in those right rooms. So I tell people when you got an entrepreneur mindset, when you watch these movies now, you see a lot of other codes they cracked while they was in the movie. He cracked a lot of codes. Man, very smart guy.
And I know we cutting it close, but man, that tour where he told him that was it. That was their farewell tour. Man, do you know Don King and Joe Jackson had people mailing them $20 in, and whoever they picked to win, that's who could buy the tickets, but they had to buy like a family pack. So it was like hundreds of thousands of people that mailed in $20 to them, and they kept the money. Yeah. And Mike ended up paying like all of those people back, and he didn't make no money off of that tour. Wow. While his brother and them made $7 million plus. That just lets you know the spirit on that. You know what I mean? On that guy. On him. Yeah. May rest his soul. But I was gonna say this, man. Like that movie made me go home and just say, man, let me write down, where where I have these these what the Bible calls these storehouses. So these stash houses. I start writing, okay, man, I got 10,000 over here. Okay, man, I got 6,100 over here. Man, I got 2,000 here. And I just did a list. And man, when I just added it up, I was like, man, I've been grinding so much. I haven't sat down to thank God for all of this because, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I didn't even have this. You know what I mean? So don't forget to thank God along the way, ladies and gentlemen, when you're grinding and you're breaking these zones, because you're going to need them.
Oh, yeah. I always say
you're going to need God during the journey.
I always pray for leadership and guidance. I remember I got up one morning, I said, God, lead me, guide me, protect, because I still pray over my family. So let me add that on here since we talking. I pray over my family, even the ones that I knew I had to remove myself from. I'm like, God, give them the same grace you giving me. And God, guide me, lead me, and protect me, and put me around the right people, not the wrong people. And the two things I pray for is the right direction and the right connection. I literally went into an apartment complex, had a conversation with somebody, connected her with one of my real estate partners, and they invested $100,000 into the company. Ooh. So when what you just said, bro, that vibration was vibrating at an all-time high. I had no idea that was gonna happen. And the people on the outside, oh, you need to do a couple of more of them. That's what's wrong with you. You don't understand the spiritual side of this as well. Spiritual and financial is the most powerful thing when they come together. You try to separate them, that's when you get hit the hardest.
That might have to be the next episode because all money is just energy anyway. It's spiritual. So it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with what you have in your account in your pocket. Those are numbers, right? Not even get into that. If I transfer you $1,000 right now, did you physically touch money? That's how you know it's not real. But anyway, guys, this has been an excellent episode. I want to thank everyone who tuned in and tapped in with me and my boy Darrow. This is the Wealthy Hours podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Follow me at J McMillie. Follow Cadero at Cadero the Chosen One. Follow my boy A-List at A-List Photography. If you want to come up here and do a podcast, if you want to tap in with some social media marketing, he is the best to do it, because I'm telling you, I ain't posting nothing and everything is going great. Daryl, I'm going to let you end this out, baby.
Hey, man, shout out to Tony Tiger. We doing great work over here. Faye working great work. And shout out to A-List Photography and the team. And I'm just grateful for the connections and the blessings. And we're going to keep pushing forward. Peace and increase.
Peace and increase. Let's get it.